These tacos are ridiculous. It's lime-seared chicken, coriander yogurt, and pickled onion. It's vibrant, it's fresh, comes together nice and quick, and this is episode 3 of the Dinners You'll Actually Want to Make series. Before we start, this is everything we're going to need, plus the addition of a couple of extra ingredients. We'll start this off with a really quick pickles. What I have here is a small to medium-sized red onion. Just take off both ends and slice it in half and then peel it. Once peeled, just go through and thinly slice into those nice thin pieces. Once you get about 3/4 of the way through as well, just lay it down flat, and that way you can continue slicing safely. This recipe does make a few more pickles than we actually need for the recipe, but it's always good having a few little extra left in the fridge. Get the onions into a mixing bowl, add in 1/4 cup of white vinegar, 1 teaspoon of granulated sugar, and just a small pinch of salt. Give this a quick mix around just to make sure everything is evenly coated. You can boil the solution and then pour it over the onions if you prefer to do it that way. But for this one, this is just a nice, quick, easy pickles that once are mixed can be placed in the fridge. Next is 500 grams or 1.1 pounds of chicken tenderloins, and we want to remove that tendon. It really isn't very nice to eat. What we'll do is lay this flat on our bench, put that in between the prongs of our fork, grab our towel and just grip that tightly. What we'll do then is pull up and push down at the same time. It's just going to remove that tendon clean without any waste and tearing that tenderloin apart. It does take a little bit of practice, so try not to get too frustrated with it if it doesn't work first try. And if anything gets a little bit too wet, just replace the kitchen towel or even just wipe down the fork. Now, when you're done with the chicken, this can be popped out of the way just for the time being. Then what we have here is 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and about 1/2 teaspoon of dried chili flakes, which are completely optional. Add in a zest from 1 lime. You can use 2, just depending on size and depends on how much lime you like. The easiest way to get the zest off is with a microplane, but if you don't have one, you can use the smaller side of a box grater. And at the very least, you can just use a little bit of shavings with a sharp knife. Slice that lime in half. We'll also squeeze in the juice. And don't be afraid to get a little bit of pulp in there as well. It's all extra flavor. And grate 2 cloves of garlic just on that microplane as well. It's up to you. You can grate it or you can mince it. Grating's just going to get a better flavor, especially being used as a marinade. Add the garlic into the bowl, the rest of the marinade. Give it a quick mix just to break up that garlic and make sure everything is thoroughly combined. Add in the chicken tenderloins, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a pinch of salt, pinch of cracked black pepper, and then mix together with clean hands. Just make sure everything is coated in all of that delicious, fragrant marinade. Now we can use this straight away, or you can let it sit for at least 10 minutes and up to 48 hours. Obviously, the longer the better. If you're running short on time, like I said, you can use this straight away. Now for the sauce, we're going to need 125 grams or roughly 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt. Just add that straight into a blender bowl or a tall jar or container like what I'm using. Add in 1 clove of garlic. We need about 15 grams or 0.5 ounces of fresh coriander or cilantro. Slice 1/2 a lime, and then we'll add in the juice. We can always add more. It's always better to start off with a smaller amount. Add in just a touch of salt and a little bit of pepper, and then blend this up on a high speed, just until everything's nice and smooth. If you feel like it does need a little bit more yogurt, you're more than welcome to add a bit more. Just go to your liking. Now, once that's all nice and smooth, just give it a little taste. Definitely needs a touch more salt and just a touch of cracked black pepper. We'll add a little bit more lime juice and then just give it a quick mix. Perfect. This can then be placed in the fridge until we're ready to serve, or you can place it into a squeezy bottle and then drizzle it over on the end. That's up to you. And if you like it a little bit thicker, you're more than welcome to add some more yogurt. Now place a large pan over a medium-high heat and get this nice and hot. Add in just a very small splash of oil. When it's nice and hot, we can add in the chicken. And if your pan's not big enough, you might need to do this in batches. Just try not to overcrowd the pan, otherwise you'll end up steaming the chicken rather than getting that nice sear all over. And with this in the pan now, don't touch it, just let it go for about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes, just to build that crust, build that color. If we start moving it around, we're gonna knock too much heat out of it and then not get that nice deep color. Now after a couple of minutes, we're starting to get a really nice color, that nice golden crust. We can start flipping this over. And just repeat the process with the other side, just getting that nice even color all over and obviously being cooked through the center, roughly 74 degrees Celsius internal. Now after a couple of minutes on each side, you have that nice golden color all over and that chicken is perfectly cooked. So we can turn this off the heat and remove it from the stovetop. So as far as serving up goes, I like to place a little bit of that coriander yogurt just in the middle there, just enough to be able to put the chicken over the top. Now you can slice the chicken or you can place it on whole. That's why I like to use tenderloins. Just place that straight over the top of that nice yogurt sauce. We'll then go through with that coriander sauce again and just drizzle it over the top if you've put it in a squeezy bottle. If not, you can just spoon it over. If you like chili, you can add a couple of slices of red chili over the top. These ones aren't that spicy. It also just adds a really nice pop of color too. Don't forget about our pickled onions in the fridge. Just place a couple of them over the top. It's completely optional, but you can also add a touch of your favorite chili sauce. And finally, just a couple of sprigs of coriander or cilantro straight over the top. It's gonna add that nice little freshness at the end and a little bit of color. So there we have it. It's light, fresh, vibrant. It smells incredible. It's everything a taco should be. There is only one thing left to do, and that is we can squeeze that lime over the top and we can then dig in.